ended up going to Vegas. Did high school out there, and then I got into music. You know, that's when I got into producing. My cousin actually pulled up on me with some beats one time, and he was like, yo, I made beats with this program called FL Studio. I was like, what's that? He was like, download it right now. You can make some beats. This was about 2011, 2012.
All right.
I didn't ever think I was going to make it into my lifestyle at the time, you know, because I wanted to be a doctor. That was something that I originally wanted to be. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to help people and heal people. Before I got into holistic medicine, I was more thinking about, you know, Western medicine and, you know, going to school for it and do stuff like that. So once I became a producer, it was actually when I was working at Costco. I graduated high school, and then I was like, you know what? I want to be a producer. This is what I want to be.
Right.
I had a job at Costco. I was working at Costco for almost 3.5 years, but I would take my laptop to my break room, make a beat, lunch, make a beat. Anytime any single chance I had to make a beat while I was working, that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that consistency was key and probability is key. The more you can put the thought in your head and you take the physical action to actually make that thought manifest, that lowers the number of that succession rate. So if you're like, okay, I want to do this, you put the action to it, that probability of that number is going to get reached eventually if you keep putting that work in.
Most
you know
definitely.
What I'm saying? So that's what I believed in heavily, man. And it was like 2017 when the beats actually started to do something for me. I got my first placement with Fetty Wap.
Man, so your first ever beat was with Fetty Wap, and that's 2017. How old were you at that time?
At that time, I was about 17, 18 years old.
Early in the game. And what song was that?
Strapped Up Shawty.
Strapped Up Shawty. Was he already fully Fetty Wap with the Trap Queen and all that at the time?
Yeah, that came out. Yeah, the Strapped Up Shawty came up after his run.
Right.
So it was
it's on the one.
And he rapped on it. So I was like, man, Fetty, I want you to do that thing you be doing, man, that singing thing. That's what I was saying to my
but
mind.
he wasn't on that no more.
He wasn't on that. He was showing people that he could rap.
Oh, goddamn, we didn't want the rappy Fetty Wap. We want the goddamn Fetty
Exactly.
We want that. Can I get me hit on my beat? Damn. Nigga, don't try to get reinvented on me.
Exactly.
Can I get what got you the bread?
Exactly.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
So the first one was Fetty Wap. And how did that go about? How did he get you your beat?
Oh man, so I found this it was a website called SendBeats2. You know, producers listening today, it still exists. It's called SendBeats2.com. And on there, they scour Twitter, they scour Instagram, and they find whenever an artist is trying to like ask for beats, and they put an email. So they go capture all that and they put that on their website. So when you go on there, you pay for the subscription, then you can look at everybody asking for beats. So that's what I was doing. I was going on there and I said, man, I'm going to send out 100 beats a day.
Right.
If I send out 100 beats a day, it's got to be somebody that hit back. If I send out 1,000 beats a day, maybe 2 people will hit back. So I was just believing and thinking in that manner. So I found Fetty Wap's homeboy Monty actually asked for beats. And I said, never always go to the head of the dragon. Sometimes you got to start off
at the tail.
At the tail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very smart. But what you implementing is such a powerful, aesthetic of life that most people don't tap into. So like what you're telling me, like I said, I'm the master of manifestation. Everything I ever thought about came to life because I thought about it, but the work behind it. Yes. So everything you're saying, we got the same, mantra, because if you think of something, you put that action behind it and be consistent with it, eventually 100%. You're going to run into it. 100%. But a lot of people miss that part of consistency and doing. Exactly. They just think about it, lay in the bed and wait for it to fall in their lap. Exactly. Never going to happen. Yeah, no. But you add that consistency, that work, you add that belief, and you add that never stop. Yeah. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So that's what you did, and boom, you got that Fetty Wap joint. Yeah. And then what was your next one that you were like, oh man, I'm in the game?
Yeah. So after the Fetty Wap joint, I'm like, you know what? I got my first placement. It's gonna up. It's gonna be up. Then nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? It was a YouTube drop. So it wasn't even really monetizable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was a mixtape and it was a YouTube drop. So it was never any paperwork or anything like that had to go in the process to be able to collect royalties. Right. So I was kind of bummed out and but that didn't make me want to stop. I said, you know what? Let me use this as fuel. Let me use this as energy so I can be able to, continue. So the next one I got after that was Lil Baby. Right. And then it was Lil Baby Narcs.
That's when I first heard your sample. Yep. Because I was listening to Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying, when he first dropped, because I think No Days Off, one of my favorite songs from him, off his first joint. Yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah. Off his first, that's a banger, you hear me? Yes, I be in the gym to that right now, like, how this nigga come up with this on the first, but he had talent. So but before that song, Narcs come on.
Yeah, Narcs.
They're like, Kid Angel, boom, I'm like, hold on, that's my... Yeah. When I got to know you, I'm like, hold on, you was on that joint. Yeah. And they made the video and all that, right?
Yeah, they did a video and everything.
Come on,
man. It's a whole story to that.
Let's break it down. Break it down, brother.
It's a whole story to it that I've never actually shared.
All right.
when Lil Baby dropped that mixtape. So it goes back a little further. I DM Lil Baby when he had about 50,000 followers, and I just was like, yo, you hard, bro. Can I send some beats?
Right.
That's the #1 way I would hit people up. I'd be like, bro, you hard. Can I send beats? And then sometimes they would respond, sometimes they wouldn't. Lil Baby happened to respond. He was like, yeah, load me up. So I said, bet.
Right.
I said,
on the load up, goddamn. You know,
exactly.
Don't load them up. Yeah,
no, for real. So, I was like, for sure. I sent the pack of beats through. He went through the beats. I didn't hear nothing back.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, he probably ain't fuck with him, Then 2 weeks later, he on live. The universe told me to get on live. At that moment, I go on live. He playing the beat. He recorded a song to it. I was like, yo, I started tripping out. I was like, yo, he did something. I got one.
Yeah.
And it sounded hard. It sounded like some old Gucci. Like it sounded like a
right.
But new, you know what I'm saying? It was different. So, after that, I didn't hear nothing. And then the mixtape dropped. The song was on there, but it said it was produced by somebody else. It said it was produced by D. Billy.
Yeah, who that?
Yeah. So D. Billy is an engineer. He passed away. Rest in peace. He was a good brother. Big, R.P. D. Billy.
Right.
He actually engineered it.
Right.
But QC didn't know that he didn't produce it too.
Right.
So they put him as credited as producer, and I was the only producer on it.
Of course.
So I started tripping. I went on Instagram. I said, man, they stealing my song.
I got the goddamn what's up?
Exactly, man. I was tripping. I hit up as many people as I could. I hit a Fetty Wap team like, yo, where's your lawyer at? Man, I need something.
Right.
But Lil Baby's manager had hit me up and was like, yo, it wasn't even like that. They made a mistake.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, cool. But Lil Baby ended up calling me that night and said, hey, I'm finna do a video to this.
Right.
I'm finna go up. You know what I'm saying? My bad, bro. I ain't know nothing about it. They cleared everything up. They got everything situated. And then the video came out and everything was good.
Yeah, they did a video and everything. The video was dope.
Man.
And it was like a movie.
It was like a movie.
Yeah, it's like they really put some bread behind it.
Yeah.
Had everybody in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was like one of his first push joints. You made like his first real like entry to the game.
Yeah.
Bangers. Mm-hmm. How did that feel, bro?
And it felt amazing because I had never stepped foot in Atlanta prior to that. I was, straight from California, moving to Vegas and, taking beats seriously. This was my job. This is what I was doing. But I believed in the Atlanta sound. I looked up to Metro, Southside, TM88, Sunny Digital, you know what I'm saying? All those guys. So I was like, I love this sound. Like I started off making the mustard, type sound, the West Coast sound.
Right.
But then I got onto that Atlanta sound. So, I never stepped foot in there, but I had the sound down. So when I got that record, it was like, yo, I got to go to Atlanta after that.
That's tough.
Because the record was going up.
It was big.
Nobody knew who I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they put you right there on the map right away because not only are you with Lil Baby, you already know it's always like a 6 degrees of separation. You in there with Lil Baby, so that's QC, that's Amigo, that's... You know what I mean? He knows 21. He knows Young Thug. Nigga, you're in there.
Exactly.
That's hard. And Atlanta's like that. I remember when I first was taking music seriously, and I was with some people that had a lot of bread, and we was going around the whole country doing big things. And I was in Atlanta, right? I was at Penthouse Studios. I'll never forget this. Probably like 12 years ago. I'm in there. It was a producer in there, right? They had them in-house guys that just sitting I got beats.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, that's in there. I'm like, who the these? Like, You know what I'm saying? I'm coming with we come with dope money. So it's like, I didn't move out the way.
Yeah.
But then it was just giving beats for like $200, right? One little dude in there, man, I got these beats, bro. I'm like, man, listen to his beats for us. He listened to the beats, got like 3 of the beats, went in there, rapped on them. They was cool. Then come to find out, that was Metro Boomin that was in there. The whole time, this Metro Boomin, he was in Penthouse Studios in there selling his beats. I didn't know who this was. But understand, he already had karate chop and all that. But I didn't know he was in person.
Yeah, facts.
But we hear the drop later, like, hold on, what that drop say? I'm like, holy, that was this. He was in there hustling, bro. So like, that's how Atlanta is, man. You right there anytime, not only with producers, but you know what I'm saying, the rap. Have no fear, Mr. Organik is here. This is Organically Speaking. Anybody out there want to do partnership, sponsorship, clothing brand marketing, water, energy drink placement, whatever you want to be a part of Organically Speaking or Mr. Organik as a brand, hit me up at ballernothingelse@yahoo.com. That's my email, or DM me directly at Mr. Organik on Instagram. That's MR Organic with a K instead of a C, one word straight across. And we're going to get that promo game through the roof. 3,